Hey guys, welcome to another Aviation Weekly. My name is Captain Sanjit. I hope all of you are safe. I hope all of you are fine. So we are here together to discuss about the future and the current situation of Indian aviation. So as I had said last time, 2022 is going to be the year for Indian aviation. It is going to be an amazing year for Indian aviation. And we have already started to see some signs towards it. Some signs that actually show that 2022 is going to be an amazing year for Indian aviation. Now the signs are as follows. First of all, Air India, which was under the government, has been sold to Tata for 18,000 crores. Number two, the thing that I think will bring multiple opportunities in aviation is Akasa Airlines. We had already discussed about it last time, but Akasa Airlines under Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and a few other investors has already received an NOC from the ministry. Number three is the revival of Jet Airways. And number four is there are many airports that has come up. It is an initiative of the Indian government, and the government is also taking many steps to connect these airports. So when they connect these airports, there is going to be a lot of new flights and a lot of new routes, which means a lot of new opportunities. So here we go, guys. We'll be discussing a few topics which I think will be a building stone towards the future of aviation. So I would like to start this news section by giving you a heads up on the fake job offers floating around these days. Because of this, Indigo on Tuesday cautioned candidates to be cognizant of fake job offers, saying certain people are using the name of the airline's employees to demand money in exchange for interviews, jobs, or trainings. In a statement, the airline stated the airline does not charge any money for conducting interviews, providing jobs, or imparting trainings on joining. Indigo strictly advises to report the matter to the police if someone asks for money and promises a job at the airline. The carrier said it's conducting anti-fake job campaigns across social media to raise awareness on how certain people claiming to represent Indigo are misusing the brand name and the name of its employees to demand money in exchange for jobs, interviews, or trainings. The Tata Group will take over state-owned Air India, marking a successful end to the government's bid to privatize the national carrier after having failed to sell a majority stake in it in 2018. Tata will pay Rs 18,000 crore to acquire Air India from the government. Of the total money, 15% would go to the government and the rest will go in clearing debt.
साथियों, देश का एविएशन सेक्टर प्रोफेशनली चले, सुविधा और सुरक्षा को प्राथमिकता मिले, इसके लिए हाल में एयर इंडिया से जुड़ा बड़ा कदम देश ने उठाया है। ये कदम भारत के एविएशन सेक्टर को नई ऊर्जा देगा।
Air India's return to Tata fold happened after 68 years of being a government company. The Nehru government had taken over Air India through nationalization in 1953. Back then, the government had paid Rs 2.8 crore to Tata Group and took over 100% stake in the venture.
We received 7 expressions of interest by December 14, 2020. 5 bidders were disqualified as they did not meet the requirements of BIM. These are the bid received. So the Tata Sons Private Limited, their SPV, Talis Private Limited, is the winning bidder at 18,000 crore. So Talis Private Limited, which is basically Tata Sons SPV, has emerged as the successful bidder for the sale of equity shareholding of GOI in Air India, in AIXL, which is a subsidiary of Air India, as a part of this transaction, and 50% of Air India in AISATS, which is another joint venture of Air India, along with management control. And transaction is expected to close by the end of December 2020.
Ronojoy Datta, CEO of Interglobe Aviation, which operates India's largest airline, Indigo, says that the privatization of Air India is a welcome move, and India's aviation market is big enough to accommodate 2 or 3 airlines. Tata Sons has emerged as a front runner to buy Air India. Mr. Datta said that the Tatas will be a formidable force, no question. But my point is that there is room for 2 or 3 airlines. Air India Employees Union have written to Tata Sons chairman Ratan Tata welcoming the decision to acquire the airline and assuring him of support in the turnaround. While the mood is upbeat on change in ownership, there are concerns too among the staff, particularly with respect to arrears, salary cuts, staff accommodation. Employees of ground handling and engineering subsidiaries are worried whether the new owner will continue to provide medical and passage benefits. Passage benefits basically means free tickets to them. Akasa Airlines has received a no objection certificate from the Ministry of Civil Aviation, said the airline in a press statement issued on Monday evening. The airline's plans to launch domestic flights in the summer of 2022. The airlines will need an air operator's permit for scheduled air transport service granted by the DGCA, which is Directorate General of Civil Aviation, among other permissions required to launch flights in India. According to sources, the airlines will have Bangalore as its operational base.
India will soon have a new airline. In fact, the Ministry of Civil Aviation has given a go-ahead to Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's new airline, Akasa Air. A no-objection certificate has been given. The low-cost carrier hopes to start operation by mid-2022.
Multiple media reports had said 2 months back that Akasa has been in discussions with the US plane manufacturer Boeing to procure its Boeing 737 MAX planes. Akasa is backed by ace investor Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and has former Indigo president Aditya Ghosh on its board. It aims to start operations by the summer of 2022, plans to operate approximately 70 planes in the next 4 years. But now we hear that Airbus is in conversation with the new airline Akasa for an aircraft procurement deal. A top official of the European plane manufacturer has said this. We are not in the business of countering offers, but we are having conversations with Akasa. Of course we do. Airbus Chief Commercial Officer Christian Scher replied when asked by PTI if he plans to counter the offers put by Boeing to Akasa.
So Akasa was really waiting for the NOC to come in to really strike a deal and then go for the OTP. AOP when it comes to the DGCA. Now this was important. In fact, this took a bit more time than what the company expected. In fact, what my sources tell me is that the company was very close to strike a deal, but they wanted to get done with the NOC and then move ahead with the deals. But remember, while we keep speaking about Boeing, the way these aircraft deals are done is you speak to both the people, and there are times you make an impression that you're speaking to one so that you get a better cost. So till the time the deal is not done, the deal isn't done, whether it be Boeing or Airbus. But at this point of time, the inclination is Boeing, is what we have been told. Their idea is simple: start with smaller aircraft, but make a big order, get a good costing in line because of the current COVID crisis.
So guys, that's all for the news. So now for the question of the week. The question of the week is, can an art student become a pilot? Let it be an airplane pilot or a helicopter pilot. Can an art student be a pilot? Arts or commerce actually, in fact. So the answer is both yes and no. The basic requirement to become a pilot is you should have maths and physics in 12th. Alright. Without that you cannot become a pilot. Of course, if you're trying to become a private pilot, by private pilot I mean you cannot fly for a commercial purpose. You cannot fly for money. Basically, to fly for money you have to be a commercial pilot. So you can be a private pilot if you are in the commerce or the arts field, but if you want to be a commercial pilot you need to have maths and physics. Alright, now if you are for example from the commerce or the arts field and you want to become a commercial pilot, even that is possible. All you need to do is you can go through NIOS, which is open school, okay, and you can just give this maths and physics papers and you are automatically eligible to become a pilot. So if you are not able to do it through NIOS, any board will do, which is actually recognized. They say you should be from a recognized university. That is a requirement. So if you are an art student, commerce student, and you want to be a commercial pilot, I'll summarize it. You just need to go to NIOS or any recognized board, do your maths and physics, and if just maths and physics, not the other subjects, you don't have to repeat your whole 12th. You just have to do your maths and physics, come back and get your mark sheets verified also by your board, and then you're automatically eligible to be a pilot. So that's it, guys. I hope you understood something. I hope you gained some value. So if you have any doubts, you can always message me. Feel free to do so. So have a great night, guys. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.